Intensity Techniques, Volume 3, the superset. All right, guys and girls, here we're back for another intensity technique video. And today I thought what logical way to go next after coming off the drop set is going to be a superset. So I know that a lot of times people don't understand how these necessarily work. And I'm going to show you two different variations, but to start, the most basic version of a superset is we're going to do two back-to-back exercises for the same body part with as little rest in between exercises as possible. So with today, what I'm gonna do, I thought I would show you the two different variations is the first thing I'm gonna do for back and the second thing I'll do for arms. So for back on superset, I've always thought, if you watch any of these back videos, you'll see me doing a straight arm pull down and a lat pull down to start. And that, because it feels good to me. The lat pull down coming after an activation exercise, meaning the straight arm pull down, just I get a better connection to it. It makes that muscle wake up, get pumped, get full really, really quick. And if there's one body part that I've always struggled to feel and connect to, it's my back. So the reason I like supersets with that is it forces so much blood in that area that I'm able to connect to it at a much higher rate. So let me get in here and show you a really classic superset that I was taught many, many years ago. And it's gonna be a dumbbell or a kettlebell row superset with a T-bar row. All right, so if you look at that rotation there, I'm doing a bent over kettlebell row. Now, again, guys, if you don't have kettlebells, by all means, replace that with a straight bar, replace that with dumbbells, doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to work there is my total back from my traps to my glutes. So what I'm thinking about is I want an exercise that's just gonna dominate my back from head to toe. And I'm doing roughly 8 to 12 reps, 8 to 15 reps is probably the target rep range. And then immediately I set those kettlebells down, I walk over to the T-bar. Now notice what I did here. I had a semi-pronated grip with the kettlebell row. Now I want to get a different portion of my back in the pronated T-bar. So there's two reasons I chose the second exercise. One is I wanted to eliminate my lower back from it, right? So I can just think about pulling with my back and not have to worry about lower back stabilization. And number two, I switched my grip to a fully pronated grip to take the emphasis from my entire back to just my upper back. So everything shoulder blade to shoulder blade, even including my rear delts. So with this superset, I am getting everything in my back. I'm taxing it, and by the time I get to the second exercise, everything's warmed up, awake, and ready to go, have blood in it, and I come over here and I finish it off. So you could obviously do this reversed too, right? So you could almost pre-exhaust your upper back and then go over there and do the kettlebell row, the dumbbell row, the barbell row. Incredible way. You can play and mix and match things here, but this is what I would consider the most basic way to superset, in addition to what I just showed you the video link to where I'm doing straight arm pull down, superset with lat pull down. So the next kind of superset is gonna be an antagonistic superset. So let me come over here, show you an arm rotation that's one of my absolute favorites. I'm doing a tricep push down, which is working my tricep, and then I'm immediately going over and doing a curl for my bicep. So the antagonistic muscle. And the reason this feels so great is you can really blast exercise one, and it doesn't take away from the weight you use in exercise two, where on the back superset, when you're staying on the same muscle group, you're exhausting or pre-exhausting, however you want to look at that, the muscle you're working with exercise one. So when you go into exercise two, you're actually a little bit weaker than you would if you say flip that rotation. So with this way of supersetting, you can hammer your triceps and then immediately go and hammer your bicep and work the opposite muscle. So this feels incredible for appendages. So the amount of times I've started a leg day with, say, leg curls and leg extensions. I've even done like stiff leg deadlifts and leg press. One of John's all-time favorites was he was doing Bulgarian split squats with lunges. But both or all three of those options work incredibly well. I've done chest and back supersets and they're okay. Not my absolute favorite, but something that you'll see in another one of my videos that I've done or do frequently is when I do the reverse hyper to work my lower back, I'll immediately go over and do hanging leg raises. So if you think about that, erectors and abs on the opposing side of my body. So another great superset for antagonistic. So the takeaways here for supersetting is this can be done in any portion of your workout, at the start, at the end, in the middle, or the entire session. To me, it doesn't matter. If you like supersets and it's a fast and efficient way for you to burn through workouts and volume, I say go for it. I know the science says you'll have to lift suboptimal load or not as much, which means you'll grow less, but I would argue the pump that you'll get from that and the calorie burning you'll get from that will give you sometimes just a greater look. All depends on how hard you train though. So if this is a way for you to produce intensity within a session, I say attack it. Where if straight sets don't excite you, this does. I'll give you some hard evidence. The wellness girls, the bikini girls who superset the shit out of glutes, look at their asses. They're enormous. I'm not saying it's the sole reason, But watch how many times those ladies superset exercises for anything in their lower body and how much blown out that muscle is compared to the rest. So just some food for thought there, guys. I do like supersets, as you'll see, and if you watch any of my regular long form training videos, I do them regularly because they're fun and I enjoy them. So again, volume 3 supersets. Next, you'll get to see an alternating set, which to me is just as fun, if not more. So if you like this video, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, Chris TV.